So a while back,
Yes.
I promised you
A while back. Like, go back like 4 seasons,
Yeah, no.
and then you'll watch.
2,
You'll know what I'm talking about.
one season before the before last.
The beginning of the season.
I
though.
promised you a signed.
Careful. This
Print
whole table's pretty
this
wet
lady.
right now.
Okay, the actor for Marty McFly's girlfriend on Back to the Future,
The first one.
the first one, and I'm here to deliver.
Yes.
So first off, we have a. This is a paper that is a print of the.
Save the clock tower.
Yep, from the movie.
Awesome.
Now read what she wrote for you.
Dear Josh and Wyatt. It's visually gorgeous and incredible. You know, a lot of the stuff in the movie is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's real planes and real G's, like Tom Cruise.
There was one villain that was worse than Barbosa, Blackbeard, and
Salazar.
and it was a female. Her name is Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
We lived there. It was Pittsburgh. It resonates with our city.
We didn't even live in Pittsburgh.
You guys, I'm making a point of saying it's like every other city in America.
Dude, I can't take it.
Welcome back to the Wacky Wonderful Wiseworks podcast, all you guys, gals, geeks, and goofballs.
You're always monopolizing the intro.
Don't copy
I
me.
never have a chance to start up and do my thing because you're always starting it. I mean, you
Incorrect.
always complain that I don't get it right. It's because you guys don't give me the chance to do it. You guys don't.
You never give me the chance
to just do it right.
You're foolish sometimes.
Foolish. No,
Yes.
you guys just don't give me the chance.
the opportunity.
I'm pretty taut over here. Could you scoot it my way? I'm taut.
I am drinkless.
All right.
Drinkless in Seattle is what I am.
So I was thinking, all these podcasts always got their drinks, whether it's, Prime, whether it's Black Rifle Coffee or Liquid Freaking Death. So I
Okay.
decided, this week, why not? Let's taste test in between segments.
Ooh, okay.
All
A little
right.
bit of taste
Wait,
testing.
multiple
Were you
tastes?
saving this?
Okay.
Start with the original.
I've had Liquid Death before. Is this the seltzer version or not?
Look. Hydrate or dihydrate. That's what Kenzie always says.
Okay, I'll drink this, but like
Kenzie?
I'm gonna have I'm gonna
My
have to
wife.
pee like halfway through the
That's
podcast.
fine.
Listen to me, Linda.
Yeah.
Is this carbonated or non-carbonated?
It's non-carbonated.
Then it's
So it's
just
just
water
none of
in a
these is
can.
carbonated.
It's spring water. Is
It's
essentially what
just
it is.
water.
It's spring water.
Listen, if they become I won't give you a ton.
Are we
Just
gonna
this.
all at once? Okay.
Look, it's just water. Just hydrate, bro.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to pee if I have to drink
All right.
all of this. Because
Okay.
you gave us all.
Cheers.
That's what David said. When his
They gave us all?
mighty men went and got the water, he's like, "It's just water, bro."
Actually, that's not gray water.
I like it.
It's not great water.
You guys
to
are
me.
used to the metallic freaking fluoride induced.
I like my water to have flavor.
No, it's like the freaking bean theory that the full English breakfast. You know about this?
He
told me about
it. That the English have they had beans in a tin can for so long,
for
many
the
years,
full English breakfast.
and then they were like, oh, the tin is leaching into the beans, and so they switched to aluminum cans. And people were like, the taste is different and we don't like it. And the taste that they were so nostalgic about was the tin. So now they have tin flavored beans. Beans with the tin flavor in there.
And what did you say they switched it to?
Aluminum cans.
Aluminum.
Which is probably what that is.
So now they
aluminum.
have tin flavored.
Yeah,
Beans,
they got the
E.
tin flavoring in there.
That's good.
I mean, I'm glad.
Cheers to our brothers and sisters from the other side of the
I
pond.
finished mine.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I-
In between segments, dog.
Oh, I thought we were supposed to this is a taste test.
No, we're not
So I have
opening
a-
what it
I have a-
tastes. We're casually.
I have a-
I opened up. I said, all these podcasts got their drinks, whether it's coffee,
got
whether
my
it's
drink.
the beers, or whether it's the Some podcasts do wine. Some podcasts are focused around wine, and then some have like the prime, like the Logan Paul drink. And I'm saying, let's delve into some.
Not bad. The prime.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Don't give me. No, I haven't had it yet. Next week, I'll bring
Okay.
Prime. We'll sample it.
I have
We
a
already sampled
question.
it.
I will have it for the first time. You can see
I have
my
a
reaction.
question.
I brought some home.
Did
for
you
Wyatt.
only bring water?
I have other kinds of water.
Okay.
Oh, other kinds of water. It's a good thing I have
didn't
an
bring
actual
3
drink.
He was
cans
like,
of-
let's find a drink that we can have on the podcast. It's water. Expensive water that you get in a can.
We do need to rate all the water.
I like. Okay, first off, so we're not doing. The main thing about Liquid Death is the delivery system,
Yeah.
and I didn't utilize that today. Okay,
Can I take a peek at the ingredients
Okay.
here?
the delivery system of the can, the beer can.
Australian bottled Liquid Death. No, I'm reading from
Freaking! This is a podcast.
I mean, it's called Liquid Death. I figured I'd taste like some lightning or something.
Okay, drink water from the Alps. Lightning.
I don't know. I thought it'd be something a little more special than water.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that all you have for us?
I
for
had
today,
milk.
or-
I had milk all prepped and ready to go. Some delicious milk
to drink fast.
to
You
drink
had
real
milk
fast.
before we rolled out.
Just to gulp.
Yeah,
Get my
you-
food down.
Ooh.
to get my food down.
Ooh.
Yeah, to help it settle. It was a chaser.
Chaser of milk.
Chaser of milk.
Ooh.
You know when you eat something kind of heavy,
Yeah,
you need something to chase it down.
that's also got some back power to it.
Yeah, a little bit of
Why
milk.
am I imagining Wyatt? And I
heavy.
know he doesn't really do this, but why am I imagining dipping steak in milk and just like
Ew.
I dip everything
First off,
in milk.
you held your hand like this. You think Wyatt holds his steak like
no,
this?
he did, no like a fork, like a fork. Dunk it in.
Just grab the steak
I
and just
hold a T-bone steak like
no,
that.
like no, I was like on a fork.
On a
is what I was
fork.
dripping
imagining.
grease down to your ashy elbow.
Trying to get some
Trying to get some natural beef lotion.
moisturizer.
You got
in
anything else for us?
Yeah,
A piece of paper, maybe?
Let's talk about WETA.
there. Weta.
Oh, I thought,
Specifically, I want to talk. WETA has had a pretty big movement in the filmmaking world. All right?
Mhm.
It's blown up, and it has an interesting origin.
is this because of the new
pretty-
company that's coming out?
The new company that's coming out? What are you talking about? The new company?
Apparently, it's. I can't even do the joke.
Oh, he was setting himself up.
I was gonna say the company that's a dry or some dry. WETA. Dry.
Ah,
I couldn't even do the
WETA,
joke. It
dried-
was so bad.
dried
I
up.
hated it. I couldn't even do it.
Dried up. That's
Yes.
what you could have said. WETA and dried up.
Yes, that's what I was going for, and it didn't. I couldn't.
No, in fact, you just made yourself laugh out loud at the idea
Weta.
of telling a joke.
You could have said dry.
That's what I was trying to do.
Okay. It was funny. It was funnier that you couldn't finish.
Dry
It
up.
was such a bad joke that I couldn't finish.
All right. First off, I want to say WETA has recently sold part. Well, Peter Jackson has sold part of WETA to Unity, which is a
Yes.
game animation software.
Is this because he's trying to branch out with WETA, or is this because there's a lot of
I don't know. What is $1.6 billion? Does that mean you're trying to break out, or does that mean you're just trying to be like,
I would
I'm
say
tired and I'm
anything with
trying
a
to
B is
trying to
pretty
hit
good.
billionaire status? Look,
But in the entertainment industry, B doesn't mean the same as what you think it means.
Incorrect. We're desensitized, all right? Because they drop $1 billion on a stupid Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah.
All right? So we're desensitized at what that means for the entertainment world. That's a huge deal. Okay?
You know how many companies? If
Lord
you,
of the Rings only made, like, between all 3 films, I think they grossed $6 billion across the years to date, which they weren't making $50 billion or anything.
Okay.
The highest grossing film has only made, I think like $7 billion.
You know how many companies?
Probably not even that.
If you watch like a film with Kevin Hart in it, it's gonna be probably, let's just say it's a 20th century movie with Kevin Hart production attached to it. It's his production with another company. Usually they like collaborate. Yeah, I was just reading a thing. Matthew McConaughey was talking about how he sold his company because he didn't really want to do it anymore. He didn't want to create film, so he just sold the Matthew McConaughey company. I don't know what you call it.
I would imagine that Peter Jackson probably feels similar, where he's just like, I'm one of the founders. I'm making a ton of money off this thing, right? So WETA is obviously, they were birthed. We think that they were started to create Lord of the Rings effects, all right? That's not exactly true. They actually were created for another Peter Jackson film. No, it was actually for Heavenly Creatures, but King Kong was on the mind of Peter Jackson
when he was creating
it, because King Kong, like pre-production for Lord of the Rings and King Kong was so close for Peter Jackson that there was back and forth with him on which one he was going to make first.
Yeah.
Because of funding, because of all of that for Lord of the Rings.
What like just talking about animation, what besides Kong himself was like really animated in that movie?
I'm pretty sure the whole, almost, like, I think the city was animated.
All the dinosaurs, half of the island,
the jungle,
half the jungle.
No, I think a lot of the city was animated. I think
probably the planes that were flying around King Kong.
I know
they used animation capture technology for like when Kong's running around in the streets, and the way Peter Jackson filmed stuff.
Jack Black.
And no, I think he was real.
The way Peter Jackson,
at least half the time,
the way Peter Jackson films things, it's not like Christopher Nolan. You know? He doesn't film things practically too often, and he does long, like, sweeping movements that he like what we saw a lot in Lord of the Rings, a ton in The Hobbit. You know, just these movements that aren't necessarily realistic. A camera that's not tied down by anything, right? Whereas Christopher Nolan's a completely different style. It'll all be practical.
Yeah. I mean, if we were going to talk about just digital stuff, I would feel like Kong for Peter Jackson was like, he had to create the animals and all that stuff. For Lord of the Rings, he had to create giant crowds of armies. That was the digital thing he had to create. It wasn't he did have Gollum, but
and trolls.
There wasn't much like individual person or thing that they did. Most of that stuff was practical.
A lot of landscapes,
castles.
but I'm saying like bigger crowds, bigger things like that.
The castles were more so miniature.
There were a lot of miniatures.
Everything around the castle,
but I'm sure there was a lot of visual stuff for the castles.
Yeah, everything around the castles was animated.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like he did have a dragon to create. Yeah, he did.
There's a lot in Lord of the Rings there. It's animated, but they mix with practical so well that it's hard to even remember.
For example, the scene in Rivendell where Frodo walks out onto the balcony and you can see the city and you can see people in the background. Some of it is practical, some of it is miniature, some of it is VFX.
Yeah, correct. The founders of WETA, originally WETA Digital, now WETA FX, is Peter Jackson, Richard Taylor, and Jamie
Selkirk.
You know how to spell? You can read that? It
says Selkirk.
Where are you reading? Right here?
Selkirk.
Selkirk.
Yes.
Selkirk. Yes.
I don't know if any of them have a lot of animation background or if they're just business-minded. I was actually thinking about this. I was doing preparation for a video on Peter Jackson. It was one that was kind of conflicted between this idea and this other idea. The other one is a little more complex. So I realized I think Peter Jackson, because to get Lord of the Rings off the ground, he was rubbing shoulders not with creatives, but rather studio businessmen and executives really tightly, and also like copyright issues and all of this stuff. And so I think around this time is when he's starting to really think not just as a creative, not just as a director, not just as a storyteller, but rather businessman. Because talk about a good investment. All right?
Lord of the Rings?
WETA.
Oh, WETA.
No, Peter Jackson has invested quite well in a few things, but think about WETA as a good investment. First, he's like, I need an animation company, and there's not one available. So I'm going to start another one with a couple people, and we're going to focus all that energy on one thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then we get into down the road, they're the creators of Avatar.
Yeah.
James Cameron. I saw a video from
Lord of the Rings, King Kong, Avatar, and The Jungle Book.
Yeah, those are just a couple of the big hitters. But he also did all the Planet of the Apes, or WETA did. The Planet of the Apes, they almost everything, most animation, a lot of freaking Thanos, WETA. Most animation goes through WETA now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're based in New Zealand.
If they're not like the sole contributor to a property, they're at least they got their toes in there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now they're they're starting to get their toes in gaming with this new company Unity that's primarily for gaming.
I see. But are sexual harassment issues.
What? What?
I say there are sexual harassment allegations.
Oh, there is?
Down workplace culture.
Where is there sexual harassment?
In addition to numerous allegations of sexual harassment.
WETA Digital employees anonymously shared accounts of sexism, bullying, and harassment in September 2020.
Ooh. Yeah, but that's every company nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody was like, I like your shirt, Karen.
Sexual harassment. Do you think certain things have destigmatized that word?
Destigmatized?
Yes. Like, we were watching something the other day in Game of Thrones. They were like, it's and
nudity
but it's Game of Thrones.
It's Game of Thrones.
And we're like, no, it doesn't matter. It's Game of Thrones. Why are we accepting this because it's Game of Thrones? And then it's like, that's every company these days.
I don't mean that in a positive. Like it's like, every company has sexual harassment stuff. I just mean I mean it more in like, in the culture we live in today.
Yeah.
There's gonna be, stuff.
I mean, yeah.
And you get a bunch of human beings working together in a building.
Yeah, there's going to be one Chad. There's going to be a few.
There's going to be at least one Chad.
Yeah, who compliments. You on things that you shouldn't be complimented on.
Wyatt with that, fro of his,
sexual harassment. You're the culprit.
I just think WETA's come such a long way. In some ways, it's inspiring to me. Peter Jackson. I think he was in his early 40s or late 30s when they started Lord of the Rings. He might be in his 50s now, so he might have been mid 30s when he was starting Lord of the Rings. All right, yeah, you doing the research for us? He was thoughtful, he was smart, but he kind of just happened on this. You know what I mean? And it worked out so well. The thing I'm so blown away by is how good everything looks for a brand new company.
It was necessary.
He's 60 right now, so go back 22 years.
30. 6, 37, 38.
Something like that.
38-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, necessity is the mother of invention. So that's what they needed, something, so they created something.
Yes, absolutely.
It's what happens a lot in the visual effects industry in Hollywood. If you need something, you make it. James Cameron has been doing this for years.
One of the main reasons why there's such a big delay.
Been doing this for years. All of the stuff that they had to design for Jurassic Park, Aliens, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They just you have to make it and then make it work.
Make it and then make it a system.
With Aliens, they had to build the queen xenomorph.
Yeah.
They had to build like an entire torso and arms and things, and they had to have like two dudes up inside there moving the arms, moving the head, moving the mouth, and those dudes were like, that was like the worst working conditions they'd ever been through, but they created something incredible that holds up to this day.
Yes. Imagine if those dudes were giving their all and the actor like doesn't care, and so they're just basically half-assing it.
And I think that's what happens in a lot of monster movies.
The actors
you get really good sets and really good prosthetics and everything, and there's dudes inside suits who are putting their heart and soul into this, and the actors are like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a thing anymore, but I remember as a kid, like when I was 10 years old, no, probably way before that, we would go to, Disney on Ice.
Yes.
And they would
Did you ever see Disney on Ice? Heck yeah.
They always tried to create like these. I remember we went to like, let's just say, like the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
And they had to create the elephants. How were they going to do it? Was it just going to be like one person in an elephant suit? Or was it they actually going to have multiple people trying to create this like, thing on ice?
They would have giant elephants and we don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Skating around.
See, I feel like it'd be just two dudes in an elephant suit going.
Probably. I don't know.
There's
probably
a freaking
more magical when we were a kid.
Yeah.
But
no,
it was pretty good for being on ice
how
too.
they did it.
Yeah.
I remember Disney on Ice being pretty good. I wasn't into it. I was too old to go.
Did you see the Jungle Book?
When I was like 9, 8.
When
maybe.
Yes, I've seen the Jungle Book.
On Ice.
I've seen Disney on Ice.
Have you seen The Lion King on Ice?
The Jungle Book.
They got Rafiki doing flips on the ice.
So we went. It was for one of my sister's birthdays or something. But I went and I was like, "This is a pretty fun show.
Yeah,
this isn't half bad.
Pretty good."
And every time one of the princesses would come out, we'd be like, "Yeah, yeah!" That's my favorite.
Gosh,
princess.
dang it!
That's my favorite.
Do you remember? We would have to drive like 3 hours to get to this event.
Well,
and we went
like 2.
We probably went like 3, 4, 5 times.
It's because we lived in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania,
and we had to That was the one thing a year
to probably like Pittsburgh or go to.
That's probably where I went as well, Pittsburgh.
We had to go like.
Was it in Pittsburgh that we went?
It might not have been Pittsburgh, but it was like we had to go to a city that big, to get to it. It's probably like Warren or maybe even more. It was
more New York style. Like getting up in the New York area,
maybe
Jamestown or something.
Maybe I don't know where we went. But.
What baffles my mind now that I think back on it is Disney has played by their own rules for so long.
Yeah,
they're like, let's do a live show of one of our stories, but let's not just do a live show. Let's do it on ice.
On ice. Whack.
So you have to be a good skater and a good actor, and a singer.
This is where we're announcing it, guys.
We're going to Disney on Ice.
Dying of the Leaves
on ice.
Come on,
gosh. Jeez.
I'm gonna have to talk to Jamark about some licensing issues.
Get Paul and be like, "Don't fear the dying of the leaves. They're cutting up the sheaves."
Guys running.
What's my main character from that film? What's his name?
Cyrus.
Ezra? Yes, Cyrus.
No, Cyrus
was the
played
old
by
man.
Paul. Who's the main guy?
Cyrus and
you have Andrew.
Yeah,
and who was the main guy?
That was in like 2017.
Why is it I can't remember
the main character in your own movie?
My own movie and the story I helped craft into a screenplay.
That was in like 2017, 2018.
I don't remember either.
It was a while ago.
What was his name? Calvin was his name. That's what Calvin does rolling up on Cyrus. You're hurt.
You're hurt. What do we have after this?
Okay. Yes, I have more water. But before I get water, I want to personally thank Shelby.
Shout out.
Shelby, she's a patron. Thank you, Shelby, for being on Patreon. You're the best. And if you two want to join our Patreon. No, Patreonic. If you want to, can someone pick it up, please? You're just watching me fail.
I feel like this Patreon.
We're giving a lot of information in this episode, but a lot of stumbling on words.
Yeah, check out the link in the description. Go over and check us out. We got videos, commentaries.
Yeah.
You get to see the show early.
We're doing reactions now.
Yes, we are.
Go check those out because we be doing some good ones. We've been talking about Nope. We talked about Game of Thrones.
But those aren't reactions. Those are reviews.
Reviews,
But you say reactions.
We got our Wiseworks Studio channel.
It's kind of
content going up exclusively, not in addition to the podcast.
There's a combo. We react to some stuff and give a review.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kind of in the same video.
But we don't have just reactions. We got the podcast earlier. We got the
video version of the Midnight
How many
Special.
movie commentaries do we have? 4?
4.
At least?
Yeah, I think so.
We need to do another one.
We should, but
Just around.
Thank you, Shelby, for being a patron.
Shelby.
We love you.
We're
gonna open up
water.
a mango chainsaw.
Oh, this one has flavor?
It do, and it has a little bit of sugar in it.
Okay.
3 grams.
All right.
It's got the whole thing is 20 calories.
Is it
Give me
having
a little something in
caffeine?
there.
No caffeine.
No caffeine. Okay.
Yeah.
I
see, this
propose-
is what I needed.
Here on the podcast,
It looks like it's fizzy drink.
we should do a reaction to the original first Karate Kid since it's popular right now. That would be
Down
fun.
for that, yeah.
That would be fun. Ooh, that smells really, really nice.
At least it has a flavor.
Yeah, that's.
Listen, we're gonna get Liquid Death as a sponsor, and if you don't, we'll move on to another drink.
I'd like Liquid Death as a sponsor.
That
You first have to like Liquid Death, and you were bashing them super hard on there.
tastes like. It smells delicious. It tastes like a melted candle.
Okay, we're definitely not getting him as a sponsor.
It tastes terrible. Does it not taste like a melted candle?
I was thinking mango vape flavor.
It tastes terrible. I am not.
Both
they
of you
ain't
guys are
sponsoring
haters.
me.
I'm not hating. I'm just glad it's not plain water.
You just happy about that?
I'm just happy it's not plain water.
I like seltzer water, and this tastes like melted candle.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my favorite, but
From the Alps, maybe.
look,
Why do we put that on things?
I'm not
from the Alps, and it's like fancy
because
from the
it's
Alps.
the glaciers up there provide like really, really clean water.
For real.
Yeah, hundreds of years of minerals just
Yeah.
stacked into a ice
Good,
chunk.
good
So
stuff.
this
You
is
like
good
you don't
minerals?
have to. You could drink
Okay.
it right from the Alps.
You can just lick it,
Yeah, you suckle right from the Alp itself.
suckle.
What is it like? Melted snow?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so
Bro.
you can eat the snow up there.
Got a question, guys. What do
Yeah.
you think is going to happen if the oceans rise by 10 feet? Are we doomed?
What do you mean rise?
I'm pretty
How
sure.
are they gonna rise?
I think they're risen.
Yeah. It
How?
It do.
I don't
be-
understand how.
You know,
The glaciers filling them up.
I can't say
More fish. More mass.
What do you mean more mass?
More mass in the ocean.
you know.
From trash?
be jumping in the
I would
ocean?
say trash. But
Yes.
it's not from glaciers melting.
Why wouldn't it be?
I think it might be.
Maybe they've been frozen for so freaking long. They've been holding all the water up there on these giant mountains. Now they're going to melt, and it's all going to be just whoosh.
No, it's okay. I know what you're getting at, and I don't think we're going to have this global warming, but it's a proven fact that things are getting warmer.
Oh yeah.
and
They're
it's
melting. The glaciers are melting and separating. But I just if you've got a cup of ice
Yeah.
and you leave it on the table
Mhm.
and all the ice melts,
Mhm.
does your drink overflow?
No.
No.
Well, we do know ice expands things.
It's not. The world is not overflowing though. It's
No,
just getting 10 foot.
that's just something I was thinking.
you know
about.
It'll
what?
swallow up
was like,
freaking
Massive.
LA and Florida. And I'm not ready to say goodbye to Florida. I love that state.
10 by 10 feet
But
is going
LA
to give rid of all of Florida.
Okay, let me just say this. If the ocean's raised by 10 feet, we'd all be underwater.
10 feet this way.
No, freaking this way. Yes, 10 feet this way.
Oh, I was thinking. I was thinking this way.
If it raises by 10 feet,
If the ocean
10
raised by
foot
10
one, so I'm
feet,
good.
we'd all
No.
be screwed.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes, we would.
we are not scientists.
If the ocean's raised by a foot and a
It
half,
doesn't seem like
will
it, but the Earth
swallow
is like this.
flat. You mean?
I don't know where we're getting all this extra water.
What, that we're drinking?
No,
why drink it? He's a thirsty boy.
Okay.
In the oceans.
He'll drink 10 feet of water.
There's something that is we're dang near close to celebrating 100 years.
Oh, I thought you were
100 years
podcast.
Okay,
right.
Is this the next segment?
Yes.
100 years.
Do we have any pieces of paper you should give us yet, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
He is so impatient.
I swear.
100 years of Disney.
So
First
100
off-
years of Satan.
That's what I was talking to Kenzie earlier about this.
Anti-Semitism?
And she was like, I said, we're talking about 100 years of Disney as a segment for the show. And she was like, and I said, I have a feeling that there's only a couple things, but in theory, everything that's successful in Hollywood touches Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Or has been
bit.
touched by Disney.
And Kenzie says, I thought that's because they sold their soul to the devil. And I said, it's the same thing.
So happy birthday, Satan.
I think
how many children has Disney touched? That's my question. It's a serious question.
You know, this podcast is just, nobody will see it.
Everybody will see it.
YouTube is going to make it so nobody will see it.
No, there's worse channels out there that say worse than we say.
How much? Yeah, exactly. How much of Disney do you think is in the pocket of Google
now?
Google?
Yeah, because that's going to be the
I don't think they're in the
factor.
pocket as much as
So Google will let it slide then.
as much as they're
Now bash on YouTube Rewind.
side by side company wise. I think it's not like we have good. We were just talking about WETA, that's not owned by Disney, but WETA compared to Disney is way bigger. So Disney has money to do more stream. If they have a streaming service now, they have a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we're going to talk about?
I was just saying there was a couple things announced with this new, I guess, hashtag D23.
Yeah.
Be like next year, we're celebrating 100 years. We've changed our intro to our movies. Our new little opener, Cinderella's Castle
What
with
is it? I
Tinkerbell's
don't
fairy
know what
dust.
it is these days.
They haven't showed it to us.
Oh, okay.
It's not available yet.
They available.
They said it's going to be announced. I think it's
During
going
this
to
movie?
open. Not this movie.
Oh,
It's something this year. I
Peter
think.
Pan.
I just wanted to look over a couple things.
Okay.
What?
It's Peter Pan and Wendy now.
You're jumping to. You're jumping.
No, it says this.
Freaking the audio listeners aren't reading it,
Oh,
and nor are they because it's too far away.
sorry.
So they released a handful of stuff, both on Disney Plus and other areas. Biggest one is the thing we've been waiting for a minute is Ariel. The Little Mermaid.
I haven't been waiting for this.
Okay. I know what Wyatt's gonna say, and I would agree with him. Up until
Should I play it?
I'm gonna.
She doesn't look like she's underwater.
Oh, is that what you're gonna?
Yes.
For?
Look, she looks like she's sitting on the ground.
No, that is true.
She doesn't look like she's
She doesn't look like
underwater.
she's underwater.
Her hair's kind of flowy, but there's no light ripples or anything on her face.
You're right. It doesn't
There's
look like she's
there's
underwater.
nothing. She got proper shadowing on her mouth and hands and everything. She doesn't look like she's underwater.
Okay, my question is, did they incorporate WETA Digital or WETA to help with this?
I have
Probably not.
no
It's
idea.
Disney. They've got their own thing.
Do you think Disney has their own thing?
They definitely have their own thing. They've got the Marvel thing.
Pretty sure a lot of Marvel is using WETA.
I don't know.
That's
I
fine.
don't know. I've never done research.
There was a
so
lot
I
of
don't-
stuff announced. You don't care for Ariel.
Yeah, for a lot of reasons.
It's going to be here for the kids, so we don't have to like it, And I think it would be doing a disservice to even talk about it or review it here
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because we're men, adults. We don't watch children's shows.
What are you gonna say?
Well, I do kind of want to talk about it, but if Wyatt's not going to talk about it,
I'll
then I
talk
don't
about
wanna
it. I'll talk about the movie.
All right, go ahead and talk about it. Just scrap what I said. We're children.
I don't really want to talk about it because I don't think we have the right to talk about it. But
Why not? We watch movies.
well, no, I was going to say, I know what's gonna, and I would agree with him. Your first
the
argument,
race swap.
the race swap. Yes, that first I would have agreed with you, and then maybe I would kind of agree with you still, but I heard a black individual say something about it that I was like, I actually kind of agree with them. I'm gonna give it to them. They can have this character. I don't mean that in a negative way.
Do you want to present their argument? I'm curious as what this person said.
I don't remember, and I don't want to really say it because I don't want to give them disservice. But the way they said it and the way they argued for this character, it was like, actually, I kind of agree with you. I don't know.
I would agree
as a white person.
Character?
Look,
yes,
I personally.
Well, they made Genie black.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
With a
okay. That was the only thing that I kind of was going to talk about.
I don't care about that,
man.
I don't care about Ariel being black, honestly, except for the fact that I don't know how you get that skin tone being that far down deep in the ocean.
She better be that light skinned black.
No, she kind of is though. Scroll back up.
My question is, how many times are they going to do it? Are they going to turn all of the original Disney princesses black?
Yes.
Because why do we have to do that when we have princesses like Moana and Tiana? We've got, Encanto.
Who's Tiana? Who's Tiana?
Princess and the Frog. We've got original black characters that everybody loves.
So 2 so far. 3 so far.
They didn't make Belle. Belle is still white.
Belle is still white. But,
so we have 3 out of...
Why not?
But they made Beast a dog.
Why not, instead of race swapping the old characters, we just continue to make new characters? Unless they are so creatively bankrupt right now, they don't know what to do.
I do like that theory.
They don't know what to do, so they're like, all right, what made us money? Let's race swap it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. They did do new princesses and still made them white. Frozen. They gave us 2 of
Frozen,
them.
Tangled. That was...
They should have made...
a few years ago.
I don't know. What is Eskimo? I don't know.
Oh, that's racist.
I don't know.
You mean Inuit?
Yes,
Inuit tribes? I think Eskimo is the racist term.
Eskimo
racist.
sounds like super easy off the tongue.
I don't.
Wow.
There's nothing scary about Eskimo.
I don't mean anything.
There's nothing scary. Yeah, to a non-Eskimo.
If I was Eskimo, what's so what? Dude.
No.
I got no honky. What do you want?
No, the way that at first I would agree with you, being like, yes, create new characters. Don't change the race of this character. Just create new characters. I don't want to say. I think
they gave her
that
red
it was
braids.
okay. It's okay with this character. It makes sense.
I don't mind them changing the character.
Yes.
As long as it continues to make sense logically for a story.
Yes.
Right. So. Where is she going to be?
Mm-hmm.
What are the other merfolk going to look like? If changing a race doesn't affect the story, right? Ariel being a different race in the canon wouldn't necessarily change anything, right?
No.
Except for, it's dark under the ocean. It's dark under there, y'all.
You're gonna get pale.
This isn't how pigmentation works.
That's also why. That's also why, though, they
She'd
made
be green.
Ariel is the most white of the princesses.
Mm-hmm.
She's so pale.
Also, the other argument people complaining, they're valid arguments that the person who originally wrote that she was pale skinned. Right? She had clear, pale skin. That's a factor.
Represent the albinos.
I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Just that, whatever.
I honestly don't really care. I will say when I watched this trailer, this teaser, it was playing that
tug screen.
It pulled at my tug strings just a hair, with that music. But music always does it.
Yeah.
Music always will pull you into something you honestly don't care about. All right. I watched someone filmed with their phone, the long little featurette piece that they played at the D23 thing, whatever. And it pulled at my tug strings. And I saw all the kinds of stuff they were showing that I don't give a crap about. but the music behind it.
I feel like at this point they didn't hire her because she's a talented actress.
Okay.
I think they hired her for the race swap.
Okay.
Primarily.
But I don't think you can say that
she has to be a talented actress.
quite yet because you haven't seen the
They're
movie.
leaning into the soul, though.
You have not seen this film, so you don't know.
But they leaned into the soul
They
with the
definitely
teaser.
leaned into the soul.
They lean into the soul in the teaser, and
Yes.
this is like the number one image, right?
Yeah.
I think
got that selfie angle.
You know, this is like one step. This is the bar for a lot of people.
I will say this.
Hold on, how do you
outside of race, outside of everything, Disney has live actioned all of their cartoon animated films, and I don't care. I don't want to watch it.
None of the live actions are good.
The only one that was kind of good, and it wasn't anything for the acting or anything, it was just for visuals because it was animated, even though it was live action, was Lion King, is because Jon Favreau did it and it looked good.
I think you mean Jungle Book.
Yeah, Jon Favreau did Jungle Book.
Jungle Book.
No, Jon Favreau did
The
Lion King, I'm pretty sure.
Did
I could be wrong.
I'll tell you.
I don't know. Have you seen The Lion King?
Yes, I watched it, and I'm pretty sure.
I was thinking it was Jon Favreau did
Who directed?
Jungle Book.
Yes, I think he did Jungle Book too, but I'm pretty sure he did the live action Lion King. Do live action.
Jon Favreau.
Oh, it is Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau,
I would
yes.
say Jungle Book's better than Lion King.
I'm not saying the film was better. I think visually it was better than anything else. That was the only thing it had for it was visually because it was animated and visuals.
Mm-hmm.
But they're calling it live action. Everything else that's live action, Lady and the Tramp, who's gonna watch that? No.
The new Pinocchio. Nobody likes it.
No. No, we don't want live action of something that's already good.
They made the live action Pinocchio look exactly like the anime, like the cartoon, and it's gonna be weird, dude.
It's out.
It's already
It's out.
It's already got terrible
It's out.
reviews.
It's out.
Yeah, on Disney.
They just released the trailer.
It's out on Disney Plus already.
Yeah.
Holy! It went straight to Disney Plus.
No, this is the step too. They've done it too many times.
I don't want to see another live action of something I've already seen.
I won't finish my thought then.
We're going to Peter Pan though.
I want to finish my thought.
Okay.
This is the step too far for a lot of people.
Explain
They've done it. They've done the race swap one too many times. It was okay in the beginning. It's been okay the past couple years. But I think people have seen it over and over and over and over again, and it's boring and it's tired and it feels like it's placating. You know, it feels like it's just trying to take this pre-existing thing, make it live action, and that's why it has 1 million dislikes on YouTube.
And it's extremely
a million. It's got like
really?
200,000 likes and 1 million dislikes. You're not going to be able to see
Little Mermaid.
I can't see Disney.
You have to have a plug-in to see the likes and dislikes.
Plug-in?
There's a plug-in. I don't know what it's called, but it allows you to see the dislikes.
Is it dislike reverter?
YouTube. I don't know, but it's got 1 million downvotes.
Well, is there anything for the 100th year of Disney that we should talk about?
So they brought James Cameron on to talk about The Way of Water as well as like Zoe
Disney?
Kravitz. No, Zoe Saldana.
Is that Disney?
Yeah, Avatar's Disney. Bro.
I didn't realize that was Disney.
He was in New Zealand at WETA, still working on the film.
Very cool.
Apparently, they've announced at the thing
that the third movie.
No, they've finished. They filmed 2 and 3, or they filmed 3 already.
Yeah.
They're starting to film 4.
4. That's yes.
They're starting to film 4.
Okay.
They were gonna film.
And
something.
there was question if James Cameron was going to actually direct 4. So it looks like he's on the move.
Okay. Good.
Oh,
Right.
I thought he wasn't.
Well, there was rumors that he wasn't. He might have been from his mouth, thinking he might not. But now they're starting. So that's a bold move. We saw that with Pirates. They filmed 2 and 3 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that with Lord of the Rings. They filmed all 3 at the same time. Now we're seeing like Avatar, which the first was a huge success. This winter, I think Way of Water is going to be a huge success, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just saying it's pretty bold to be like, yeah, we have 3 in the books also, and before 2's out, we are starting 4. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. And it might be because this is going to take a long time. But that's bold, man. That's really bold.
When are they going to release ticket sales? Because we need to start buying those tickets. So,
If
should buy a whole theater,
If it works out, then, doing it like this lends itself to having a good series.
Yeah.
I think. We saw that with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So it's something that feels good together.
Coherent.
Yeah, coherent.
Yeah.
We can't see 4 movies of the same thing. And The Hobbit had, we already knew what was going to happen. They were going to get to the mountain. They were going to be the Battle of 5 Armies. That was the book. We knew what was happening. What does James Cameron have in mind for the 4th movie? We can't see the same thing with every movie. Or people are going to be bored.
If he keeps doing cool things visually every time.
I think, he does have to change it, but I think also there being no source material lends itself well to being able to. Yeah, that's the best part. We, unlike The Hobbit, where we have source material and we can watch the movies and be like
hypercritical.
Okay,
hypercritical.
I don't think that there's any end of stories for this planet.
No, I agree. I don't want to know what's going to happen, but if I get to the 3rd movie and I'm watching it and then I'm like,
this is the same movie.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to be like, what's the 4th one? I don't want to watch the 4th one.
Right.
And they better not ruin it.
That's where I'm at with Disney right now.
I would be willing to say this. James Cameron created Avatar. He was like, simple concept, complex animation, complex character development in some ways, and then we have a coherent ending, like something that doesn't have to continue, right?
Right.
Huge success. Now he's like, we're doing a 2. So now he builds from 2 up. So it's easier to create lore when you have a general idea of where the world's moving, so what needs to take place. Then once you have that framework, all you got to do is build, the characters moving in this direction, their conversations with each other, because what's going to happen is this chunk. And you also have 2, 3, 4 chunks after that play well together. You know what I mean?
I'm just, look, the 13-year wait.
Yes, it better
have been worth it.
Here's the thing, okay? It's going to be a fun movie.
No, this one will be. What is 3 and 4 going to be?
Remember the message. They've already given us the message of the film. All right?
Wait, they have?
Yeah.
What's the message?
It's everywhere. The message of the film, basically, it's our family is our stronghold. Like if they can't separate us, they can't defeat us. That's going to be the message of the story. All right, so it's family oriented. I'm down for the nuclear family. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right with it.
You didn't like that I said nuclear family?
Nuclear.
Let's
what?
Nothing. Keep going.
Yeah. What else we got?
All of that slamming. Congratulations, Disney, for almost being around. You're rolling out everything.
They'll be around for 100 years, even if they get canceled at 101. They'll still be around for.
Oh yeah, no, all the issues that people are seeing right now amongst fans and everything, it'll go away once Disney changes the way they do things.
Yeah,
and they will. They'll pivot.
Of course, correct.
Everybody,
they can't not make money.
You can't not make money. You just pivot.
And you can't not. If you're Disney, you can't not be loved. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is you love Disney because you love magic, right? People stop believing in magic, they stop believing in Disney.
Maybe we should stop believing in magic and Disney will go away.
Yeah. So there's 2 things I wanted to say before we moved on. I was watching the little highlight, like I was saying earlier, and I noticed a couple things that weren't in their highlight. They threw in as much Star Wars as possible because although they just acquired it like a decade ago, they're like, we own Star Wars into infinity and beyond, right?
They paid a lot of money for it, though.
Yes, they deserve the right to show it. It's just interesting they're showing it side by side with, like, I don't know, Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. Like, it's been theirs forever. You know what I mean?
I don't like that they retroactively made Leia a Disney princess.
Yeah, that's
annoying.
That's why they bought it, bro. They were trying to get that extra Disney princess. You know how expensive and how much money a freaking Disney princess makes.
Oh, Star Wars makes so much money.
Wait, what? Like they're actual people?
No, Disney creates a Disney princess the same way, I don't know, the Queen. I shouldn't bring the Queen too soon. The same way our military crafted. This scientists created the nuclear bomb with that much care, with that much passion, because they know that if they get a good Disney princess, it's going to be their career for the rest of their lives.
And at the very least, it'll blow up in Asia.
At the very least, that's a rough one.
I am not involved in this joke. I
was like, clever. Wait. Dark as crap, man.
I am not involved in this joke.
That was good. That was solid.
What are some Disney things that you do love that you think they got right? Okay.
I think they got Moana right.
It doesn't have to be recently.
Oh.
Just Disney. We're talking about 100 years of Disney.
Oh, the Pixar, Wall-E.
I like all of
Cars.
All of the subliminal messaging they put in all their movies.
You down with that?
Yeah. Like what Aladdin says, on that balcony. He tells all the kids, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a solid line. We won't spoil it. You guys will have to go on the internet and look it up. There's hidden subliminal messages in Disney. Probably not anymore. Probably not. They're probably way too careful now.
Oh, the YouTube videos are out there though, bro.
But all the old properties have hidden.
Let me just do a quick YouTube search.
Hidden subliminal.
No. They look it up for
I
themselves.
just want to see if it's still up there.
I personally don't believe that it's in any way like evil or malicious.
I don't know how to spell subliminal.
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 Sub.
I don't know.
Subliminal.
That's it.
Disney.
You're all right. Well,
Didn't see.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to watch the video.
We
don't
got.
want to get. Copyright or
We got a lot. Oh, there's a bad one.
Can't share that.
I can zoom in for you though. Check that out.
Nice.
wow.
I think a lot of them. No, I don't think they were like malicious or evil, or they were trying to put out some sort of satanic ritualistic thing.
Not
Just got
satanic, but
No,
Just got animators with a touch of pedophilia.
I think I think it's animators having fun.
No, I think it's animators that are a
That's
little
some pretty
bit
dark
too
fun,
like
bruh.
You're in an office all day,
horny, yeah.
all day in an office drawing, right? For something like the Little Mermaid, you're drawing kids' cartoons all day, right? And you're like,
I wish I was working at HBO.
Wouldn't it be funny if the priest had a boner? Let's see if anyone notices. And it's just a line.
It's not a line.
It's a line.
It's
just
a divot.
It's a line and you draw it in.
It's just a line in there. And people might notice, and if they do, all you can do is say, "What is his knee?"
It don't look like his knee.
It's not his knee.
It's his knee.
It don't look like a knee.
I remember the first time we were at the Gordon's house, and I started dropping my knowledge about the subliminal messaging in Disney. And nobody believed us. So we're like, do you have a VHS of Little Mermaid? And they were like, yes.
But they had
pop that sucker in. Forwarded to the end. Marriage scene.
And you're like,
what is that?
Fuck!
And they were blown away. Blown away. Yeah, it's rough.
It's rough.
Why you gotta say and blown away in the same sentence?
You're bad at this. Stop. What do we have up next after Disney? I'm not gonna celebrate the 100th.
I feel like
Disney.
Another Liquid Death. I'm so excited. What flavor is this?
Severed lime.
A melted candle.
Not as big into lime as
this
I
is
am
my
in
favorite one.
mango.
I'm actually looking forward to this.
This is
one.
my favorite one.
It's not even green. Okay.
It's water through and through.
Don't give me so much. That's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you.
If he doesn't want. Okay. Gosh, you're bad at pouring stuff.
So bad at pouring.
Joshua, you got stuff all over the table. Lime water. What do you think?
It's very limey.
It's my favorite one.
This because it tastes like Sprite.
I love it.
It's less good Sprite.
I love it. It's only 20 calories the whole can.
See, I've named it. You know, if you have tasted it in your mouth.
It's got a good mouth flavor. Would you stop for this audio podcast? All right. The time has come.
The time has come.
Gentlemen, I have a... First, I'm going to tease this, all right? I swear, if you don't stop taking things sexually, Joshua...
I didn't say anything.
You said ew.
All I said was, I was going to say, you can't say, go from
You
Disney
You got to stop.
to...
You can't.
And...
Oh. Okay. So, a while back...
Yes.
I promised you...
A while back. Like, go back like 4 seasons.
Yeah, no.
And then you'll watch.
2.
You'll know what I'm talking about.
One season before the before last.
The beginning of the season.
I promised you a signed...
Careful, this
print
whole table's pretty
this
wet
lady.
right now.
Okay? The actor for Marty McFly's girlfriend on Back to the Future.
The first one.
The first one. And I'm here to deliver.
Yes.
So first off, we have a... this is a paper that is a print of the...
Save the clock tower.
Yep, from the movie.
Awesome.
Now read what she wrote for you.
Dear Josh and Wyatt, I love you.
She loves us.
8422. Is that the number?
That's
in
the
the
number
movie?
from the movie.
Love, Claudia Wells.
Claudia Wells.
Yeah, Jennifer Parker.
I got one too.
Awesome.
She also said, I love you.
I love it.
Then she
Something
gave
else?
you a signed picture.
Yeah, that's it.
Marty
That's
McFly. Oh, but he doesn't have the iconic vest on.
No,
He's got the jacket.
he's got the jacket.
Not
Read
the
it.
vest, though.
Read it.
Josh
it says,
what?
Love and blessings.
Love and blessings.
Awesome.
And mine says, Dear Joe, which looks like this, different
Yep.
picture. Mine says, Dear Joe, so fun, because I filmed with her that day. Love and blessings also. And that's it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now, so you can hang this. You can frame it however you like.
Somewhere safe.
Yeah, put them right back here.
We need to put it in the
There's too much
studio.
liquid death over there.
Yeah.
Put them behind Joshua.
Yeah, I got
Put him over there. Don't run on which chair.
Hold on. Here's your other paper. one
Save the
with-
clock tower.
So, this gave me a thought. A while back, I always thought, like, what happens, like, if you were to come across a celebrity of any kind,
that.
and how do
No
you
longer
conduct
seems
yourself? All right. I've been flying a lot recently, so I think constantly, like, am I gonna run into somebody in the airport?
You ran
Yeah.
into somebody.
Hold on.
He ran into somebody.
Hold on. I go through this and I think I literally make them for some of my favorite YouTube celebrities, anybody. All right.
Yeah.
I make a mental note and I think.
Oh, I have a way of doing this.
I think I'm gonna do this if I see this person because I want to be cool. I want to acknowledge to them that I know them. But I've heard Rhett and Link so long talk about how they love being recognized, but many times it's terribly inconvenient for them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So I'm very self-conscious about this. So I make mental notes. All right. It's been so long I've been in airports flying. I stopped thinking about it. All right. Because I was like, this is not going to happen. It's just, it's a numbers game and the nums are not my favorite.
And the nums are down.
The nums are not my favorite. So the other day, I am not brushed up on my skills and I'm in line to get on an airplane. And I look over and in line are these two fellas.
The Hodge twins?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Instantly.
Wait, here in Virginia Beach or in California?
In Chicago.
Wow.
They are getting on the plane with me to come to Virginia Beach.
Wait, they're in Virginia Beach right now? Let's go find
They
them.
were 2 days ago.
Oh.
Dang it, you
For
could
a
have told us
show.
this story just to... No.
All right. I didn't know they had a show in Virginia Beach. So my heart starts racing. Instantly, I'm like, what did I think about when I thought, if I meet the Hodge twins, I'm fans of these guys.
Yeah,
okay?
you're pretty good big fan.
I'm a pretty big fan of the Hodge twins.
Need Hodge twins.
Look, I'm shaking just thinking about this. Because my heart started racing so fast. There's multiple events with this, okay? Multiple moments. First things first. I don't see they're with the family. I think Kevin's wife is with them, okay? Mm-hmm. Kevin is this one. Mm-hmm. Keith looks like he's a little pissed all the time.
Yeah.
So I look over, and I'm trying to make eye contact with one of them. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. But they're in line to get on the plane. I'm in line to get on the plane.
Are you by yourself or are you with like a producer?
I'm around people. The producer and them are over there. And I'm in line to get on the plane. All right. And I see them. They're going to be just a little bit before me. So I'm like trying to make eye contact. All of a sudden, Kevin.
He sees you.
Kevin looks at me and I go like. And this is what Kevin does.
Is it for real?
That's what he does. He gives me a thumbs up and he smiles a little. Instantly, I'm like, he knows I know who he is.
Yeah.
Now I've screwed up my first impression.
Yeah. You messed up. You messed up.
The problem is, I'm determined to say a word to these fellas.
Yeah.
Especially, it's not like they're walking down the airport and I'm getting on they're coming to Norfolk with me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the plane.
Yeah.
We board the plane.
Are you sitting with them? Please tell me you're sitting with them.
I'm not sitting.
The producer got the seat next to him.
No.
Oh, they're probably in first class.
I'm sitting across the aisle from Keith.
Okay. All right.
The whole time, I'm trying to watch my shows. He's got his headphones in.
Yeah.
And Kevin's sitting behind him. So I'm thinking, okay, be cool. Kevin already knows I know who he is.
So you're going to mess it up with Keith.
Keith don't. This other dude is sitting between us because Keith and Kevin, I guess they like window seats. So they chose a window seat. And I'm thinking, just be cool. Don't make eye contact while I'm on the plane. All right? Mm-hmm. And I can't help myself. I keep
looking over.
Keep looking over. I'm sizing them up because I've always wondered how big they look in real life.
They're pretty big guys.
Pretty big guys. So
how tall are they? They way taller than
they're
you?
Over 6.
Okay. You're definitely towering under them.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like
next
5
to them,
nothing.
Next to them, I'm...
Real small.
Real small. So I don't say anything on the plane, all right? Which is a good move. It is a good move. And I thought, when we get to Norfolk, it'll be late, but we're all got to be waiting for luggage. We all got to do the thing. So I'll say something in Norfolk, right? Mm. So I'm getting off the plane, and all of a sudden, like, we're kind of leaving the plane at the same time because he's sitting across. So I just grab my stuff, and I'm kind of right in front of Keith, all right?
Yeah.
So I'm just wheeling out, and I'm like, not on the plane. So I get off, and I look behind me, and they're not coming out. They're right behind me, and they're not coming out. So I'm like, do I just stand here and wait like a weirdo? Mm-hmm. Or do I leave like a normal person?
Like a normal person.
No one has recognized them at this point. So their fans are not present. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah.
I'm the only fan representation for Keith and Kevin. So I'm like, I got to pee real bad. Maybe I'll catch them at luggage. So I go into the bathroom. Next thing I know, I'm in a stall.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Right next to him.
No, I'm in a stall, and I hear Kevin going... They're entering the bathroom together.
No.
They're peeing going, yeah.
kind of. They were talking kind of quietly, but they were doing giggles and like, you know, Kevin, he like finds something funny. He goes, you know what I mean? He just like lets out the laughs. They were bantering. Like they were working on a joke. Bathroom. They were working on a joke for like some future thing, right?
Yeah.
I can definitely tell they were bantering about an idea. And I think I heard Kevin say something like, we need to try this one thing on the next video, you know? So I know they're talking shop while they're peeing next to each other.
Yes.
I'm in the stall.
No.
So instantly I think, before I leave this stall, not in the bathroom.
Okay. That's the move. If you in the bathroom...
Hold on.
I think we all know this rule.
I was tempted. I was super, because I was washing my hands, and they stopped peeing. They walked over next to me, getting ready to wash their hands, and I was super tempted because it was just us three.
Shaking.
It was just us three in the bathroom. Just me and the Hodge twins, these big dudes. And I'm shaking, and I'm like, not in the bathroom. So they leave before me, and I breathe, and I walk out. I'm like, at baggage claim. On the way to baggage claim, they pause. All right?
Uh-huh.
I think now's my chance. So I walk up to them.
So the next slide is a picture of them, right?
No. I didn't get a picture with them. That's what the thing is. This is part of my plan.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person.
No,
Right,
no,
I
no.
got you.
Yeah, I'm not that person. I'm not that guy either.
But if they had offered to give you a picture.
No, they didn't offer.
If they had, though.
So I'm determined to talk.
You would have taken.
So I go up and I hold my hand out like this. And I'm like, and I think, what am I saying? I don't want to take any of your guys' time.
Okay, good start.
And they're like looking at me like this. And I'm like, but I love your guys' videos.
Yeah.
And they're like, thanks. And I'm like, you guys make me laugh so much.
Yeah. and
they're like, that's good. That's good. And I'm like, it was good talking to you guys. And I'll leave.
I don't know if you quite,
It wasn't as smooth as it could have been.
It could have been smoother.
It was so not smooth.
You could have walked up and been like, hey,
I'm
man.
telling you. Okay.
Hey, man, I love your videos. And then bounce just in your deepest voice. And make sure you, on the arm, like this.
They're liable to kill me.
Walk up.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
they're
man.
A
big.
stranger
They're big.
smacking them on the bicep.
I
Look at
love
them.
your videos.
It's just them and maybe a wife.
Them and Kevin's wife.
Okay.
Well, she was hanging with Kevin the whole time. I'm assuming it's Kevin's wife. And I saw them walking around at baggage claim. I saw them out and about. They were at like getting a rental car for like 30 minutes. Like it took so long. Not to creep on them. But I'm like the only fan there.
Yeah.
No one else is approaching them. No one else is telling them or freaking out. And I'm over here just inside the whole flight home. I'm just thinking like, there's a celebrity over there. There's someone I'm a big fan of right over there in the bathroom, on the plane, freaking in Chicago, in line to get on the airplane. And I don't think I can tell you it hits different when all of a sudden you're placed in a position where you're like tired, you weren't expecting it, and all of a sudden you see someone that you're a fan of, and then you're like, now's the time. You're not prepared.
Yeah.
I could have never gotten the confidence in that moment, being caught off guard, to go like, hey man, I love your videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I had to muster was hold my hand out a little bit and just be like, I don't want to take your guys' time.
I got you. It's tough. I don't know that I would react any differently.
Honestly, I could have been this close to saying nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did not say nothing.
And I've met Mark Hall from Casting Crowns.
You have?
Yeah.
What was that like?
He was a normal dude. My sister played guitar with him.
Really?
Wait, what?
She took lessons with him for a while.
For real?
I think so. Yeah.
Lydia?
Yeah, she played guitar with Mark Hall.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, she sang with Mark Hall.
She was jamming with Mark Hall.
Lydia jammed with Mark Hall.
Dang it.
And Ethan, I believe.
Did you throw in you're like, hey, I sing too?
No, see, because they went over to the church a couple times. I had only went over once for like a concert thing.
Dang it. Yeah. I thought this would be a good time for us to reevaluate. We talk about movies all the time. We talk about YouTube personalities all the time. I think it's a good situation for us to reevaluate our celebrity approaching methods for just a few moments.
Yeah.
To give some pointers for the future.
Yeah.
First off, what did I do wrong?
Your opening line is solid.
Okay.
It
I don't wanna
needed a
take your
little bit
time.
more confidence. I don't want to take your time. Hey, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Handshake, bounce.
I also think I realized after the fact I talked way too quietly. I'm wondering if they even heard most of my words.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You've got to,
confidence. My heart's racing.
So
I can't speak without shaking.
yes, it was good you didn't get a photo because that would be a fan move. And I've thought about this. I don't want to come across, even if I like their content, I don't want to come across as like a, just a fan because, we create videos in the space too. So someday a potential person could do this to us.
The Hodge twins have millions of subscribers.
Not millions. They have 1 point something. I just looked them up.
No, conservative twins, 2 million subscribers. it's nothing for them to get 150,000 videos on 1,000 views on a video that took them 5 minutes to wink.
Right.
You know, to wank.
I think it's I think your opening was good. But you were flustered. You got to go in with confidence.
Flustered. I was flustered the whole time, and I had a whole flight to think about it.
Yeah.
And
yes,
I would have. Okay, how often do you guys watch these? How often? Not you guys. How much do you watch these guys?
For a while, it was like probably an hour and a half every day. Recently, right before this, it was probably like 1 or 2 videos a week. All right.
You should do they have any inside jokes? You should be like.
That's the thing. I thought of that
There's
afterwards.
so many, yeah.
I thought I could have dropped pardon the language, I could have dropped a bitch can't breathe kind of thing. You know what I mean? I could have dropped that. That's a popular one.
Okay, this is what I would do if I was genuinely a fan, but I didn't want to just take too much of their time. I would have just, as I was getting their baggage, I'd be just kind of walk up to them and be like, "Excuse me, but a bitch can't breathe," and then just walk away. And that would be perfect.
Bounce.
They would laugh, and it would be funny.
So that's your method.
That's my method.
You got to plan the inside joke. So you're saying the whole plane ride, you would have been thinking about which joke am I pulling out?
Yes.
Right. If you want to,
or pull out something that's their thing.
It shows them everything you want them to know about
yes,
you.
But
which is I know your content. I like you guys. Here's a joke. I'm out, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to harass you, right? I feel like that's a good approach. The approach, if you want to meet them and introduce yourself real quick, I think is don't let me take up. I don't want to take up any of your time. I appreciate your content. I love you guys. I am a fan. Fist bump. I like a handshake.
I wish
but
I
not
had
everybody.
to
but
bounce
not everybody
this off of.
wants to do the hand. That feels like a commitment. If you just say fist bump, appreciate you. I'm out.
Yep.
People like and appreciate you.
I would have rolled with that so hard, but I didn't. I was on my own. I was fed to the wolves essentially.
Yeah.
I
would have done the same
floundering.
thing. I would have overthought it way too much, and then probably bailed.
Just didn't do it at all.
No, I would have done it.
Hold on.
I saw a guy's hat the other day that I really liked, and I complimented him.
Different. Way different.
I do that all the time
practice.
too.
It's practice.
Yeah, I do that
No,
all the time
I can talk
too.
to a stranger easy. No problem. I had a full-blown conversation at 7-Eleven today. It's not easy to talk to someone that you're a fan of, that you happened upon.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
Was this before or after
this-
our conversation about the Hodge twins?
It was before. No, it was after this happened before the conversation.
Okay.
Because the reason I brought it up is because Hodge twins are funny.
You were thinking about
also,
it.
I was thinking about, I'm going to tell them on the podcast. I know Joshua knows who they are. I
Yeah.
want to double check to make sure Wyatt does. All right?
I've genuinely never really watched one of their videos, but I know who they are.
Okay, so Joshua would have definitely had all the confidence because you're not a fan.
I wouldn't have known inside jokes, no.
That was my...
To be honest, I wouldn't have recognized
I
them.
just wanted to
Was
get
that
that
our
off my
final
chest.
segment?
No, we have to pit monsters.
Oh, no,
Monster
no, but
Pit.
that's
our final segment.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it to get it off my chest, and also I wanted to hear better ideas for how it could have gone, so I can calibrate.
Yeah.
You'd
the
be
future.
like, hey, cool, but you don't want to take a picture because you don't want to be like, you don't want to show that, I don't know how to say this, but without, like, maybe a fan.
Super fan, yeah.
So how do you approach like Bert Kreischer? Because it's
But
a different caliber. Of
You
person.
that's the thing. I think with Kreischer, you do want to make an impression.
Well, he
whether
got people
it's-
going crazy around him every
Now,
day,
whether
all the
it's
time.
like Josh's method where you break out an inside joke and bounce and then don't say anything else,
that's a
they're
Tom
gonna-
Segura move.
They're going to remember it.
That's a Tom Segura move.
Yeah.
That's something
Like
they're going to
say,
remember.
yeah, your
watch out
mom's
for
house.
Waspith, and then bounce, and
Wait,
Tom will
you
laugh.
stole that? You
No,
stole that
I didn't.
method?
I didn't steal the method.
He stole the
No.
method.
But you're right, because that is part
That would
of
work
your
for
mom's
Tom.
house. Yeah.
But for Bert, no. You're gonna have to take your shirt off. You're gonna have to holler the machine, and you're gonna have to like give him a beer and like throw dry Kool-Aid on his head. You're gonna have to do all the things to get his attention.
You really want to make him laugh. Yeah.
And the thing is, if you just he's had thousands of people take their shirts off and shout the machine in public.
I would for him.
People would get arrested.
I would for him.
For taking their shirt off to try to get Bert's attention.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well,
I can't do this for everybody.
Well, we need to you guys need to figure out your thing, because eventually, hopefully, I'm putting this in the ether, someone will come up to us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, when we actually...
I'm good for people to approach me.
When we actually have, like, conversations or get to meet the Hodge twins in the future.
I'm going to meet the Hodge twins, and I'm going to show them the reel you're going to create for this little story.
You got to remember. They won't remember you.
No, they won't. But that's the thing. I'm going to tell them it was late. It was,
they'll remember the flight. Chicago to Norfolk.
Chicago. They've done it a few times.
That
and
weird,
it was late.
That weird little guy was like,
I love your guys' videos.
That weird little guy who we had no idea what he was saying. He was just like,
that's what I feel like they heard.
And he went.
They were just like,
you listen to us in the bathroom?
I heard you guys working on your jokes while taking a pee.
Let's do the monsters. I want to see Josh's because I don't know what his is.
All right.
He slip the bag.
Yeah.
I slipped the bag.
You've never seen Gremlins?
Okay, Gremlins and a raptor.
Oh, a raptor.
We talked about this last week? 2 weeks ago, maybe.
So here's the thing.
What?
You said
that's the picture you picked for rap.
This is the one he sent me
for Gremlins. I know that's the scary
bad.
Gremlin, but this is so bad quality.
It's the one he sent me.
It's all right. It works.
Okay.
Everybody
For
knows
them,
what
they
that is.
Raptor versus that. Raptor is gonna win. End of conversation. You can't. No, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say 1,000 of these when you get them wet. But the Raptor's not gonna get one wet.
I want to make an argument.
Okay.
How quickly do
not
they
for
repopulate?
Gremlin.
Yeah.
Not for Gremlin. Because an individual Gremlin versus individual Raptor, that's a loss.
Yes.
Right? But that's not why it's scary as a monster. Because a lady grabs one and throws it in a microwave. That's not scary.
Yeah.
It's scary because of the numbers.
The numbers, yes.
Right? I think with a significant portion of Gremlins, a fight is... eventually they would overwhelm a Raptor. But I want to give the Gremlin the benefit of a doubt here of scary. Because I feel like genuinely in the first 2 acts of the movie, the Gremlin is genuinely scary. Now, the Velociraptor holds up throughout the whole movie of Jurassic Park.
Okay. The movie is scary because it's a scary movie. I wouldn't say Gremlins so much are scary, but I will agree with you. Yes, Gremlins in numbers, yes, does have a significant thing, but you have to have water to get
you do
numbers.
have to have water.
You can't just say, "Oh, we're in a desert, Raptor versus a Gremlin and win."
But
no.
the nature of Gremlins is we are legion, essentially. You know what I mean?
No.
Yes, that's kind of their thing.
Yeah,
that's their thing.
No.
There's too many of them. So you have to kind of say Gremlins.
How many,
also,
if you get it wet, how many comes out of it?
I
don't even remember.
A drop of water, you're gonna get one more Gremlin.
Okay.
Yeah, several drops. You're gonna one of them jumps into a pool in the movie, and there's thousands of them.
Okay.
Right.
So you just have to submerge it, and it's
kinda like
overwhelming
Orbeez.
the Raptor.
Yeah, they're kind of like Orbeez. I would say, Gremlins kind of have a higher brain function, so they can tamper with technology and stuff, and that makes them really dangerous as well.
You're talking about high brain function with a Velociraptor?
But Velociraptor still follows animalistic things.
Yeah, but they got technology. Their, team and,
But I thought team isn't a factor.
Okay, not team, but one individual is going to have, like, I don't know the right word, but, like, hunting and,
they got,
If
So we need to nail this down. We need to nail this down.
We already know what it's
No,
going to
no, there's a big factor.
I think the Raptor wins. I think
Raptor
one-on-one, the Raptor wins unless the Gremlin is near a forklift. And then the Gremlin might have a fighting chance.
Or if it's near water, then
they're both
it overwhelms.
Spielberg.
They are they? Is Gremlin Spielberg?
Yes.
Is it really?
Gremlins is Spielberg.
I didn't even think about that.
Gremlins is Spielberg because in Ready Player One,
Well, there's Gremlins.
Gremlins, and there's a poster. Well, there's not a poster for Gremlins, but yes, it is Steven.
Joe Dante.
Joe Dante.
No.
And...
No, I swear, Spielberg is part of... I'm pretty sure Spielberg is...
I don't
He probably
think
produced it or something. Go to IMDb. Right here. Gremlins, IMDb.
I like Wikipedia. It's easier to navigate.
Scroll down.
Is that? No.
No. No.
You gotta go to cast and crew. All cast and crew. ... Joe Dante.
That's
Chris
Columbus.
Well, who's the producer for this?
Name.
I'm going down. I'm gonna see.
I swear it's
there he is. Man in electric wheelchair, uncredited. Steven Spielberg.
No, Spielberg.
No, right here. He is an executive producer, so he put
I thought he directed it.
He gave his money to it.
Clearly,
no,
he didn't.
Look, Steven Spielberg gave some money to it, and he showed up as a extra. All right.
Well, in Ready Player One, they have Gremlins in the movie because Gremlins.
He helped fund the movie. Throw him in. You know.
Yeah, it's part of the extended.
He didn't direct Chucky, but Chucky was in there also.
I don't think you're gonna get a different answer.
No, I'm just, no. We're gonna get the same answer.
All right, we'll give it to Velociraptor.
Raptors, we got to give it to the Raptors because Raptors genuinely haunt my dreams. But Gremlins, I think, are a good
Google.
monster.
Why is it in Google as one of his movies?
Because he was an executive producer. He was involved. We give you the win. He just didn't direct it.
Oh,
wait, Howie was in Gremlins?
Gremlins also have a lot of weaknesses, which Velociraptors don't. They can be killed very easily, and also by sunlight, like a vampire. So that's a factor. You gotta think about that. You know,
Velociraptors definitely take this. I think pretty much across the board. And that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching or listening. We want to encourage you on Friday night at 10 p.m. We have the Midnight Special coming out on audio platforms. If you want to watch the Midnight Special, sign up for the Watch Video Midnight Special tier on Patreon. Once again, you can sign up for the lowest Patreon tier and get everything a week early. Thanks so much. We love you very much. Have you guys ever thought at all that you would meet the Hodge twins in public?
I don't think about the Hodge twins ever because I'm not a fan, so no.
It would have been cool to see them, but I wouldn't have thought that I would see them.
It was crazy because I've thought many times, Hodge twins in public.
You've gone over this.
I've gone over it and I didn't follow protocol.